Hey peeps, what's up? Anchi here, back with another video. And if you have the Pixel 7 or the Pixel 7 Pro and you have the scrolling issue wherein when you scroll the UI is jittery, it is not smooth, the experience is not what you expect from a flagship device, we are going to try and fix the scrolling jitteriness of the Pixel 7 and the Pixel 7 Pro. Now do note, I will show you two methods of how to fix it, and either of them might work for you or none of them might work for you. So it is a hit and trial at this point, but the first method requires you to be having access to the phone only, and the second one requires you to have access to a computer as well. If none of them work for you, then the best option is to return the Pixel 7 or the Pixel 7 Pro to your retailer or to Google. The first fix we have for the janky scrolling on your Google Pixel 7 or the Google Pixel 7 Pro is to go into settings. Once you're in settings, go into accessibility. Herein, scroll down and go into your timing controls. Select this option of touch and hold delay. You will see three different options. You have short, medium, and long. So you can try choosing medium. Now do note, when you choose medium, when you press and hold, this duration is also increased. So there it is, that is how medium is. And if I go back into accessibility and timing controls and change this back to short, now my press and hold delay is lesser, but there have been mixed results with short and medium. So see if that fixes the janky scrolling issue on the Pixel 7 and the Pixel 7 Pro for you. Now, in case changing that option is not fixing the janky scrolling issues on the Pixel 7 and the Pixel 7 Pro, our second fix is to put in a specific value in a specific field. Now, this will require access to a computer, and you would also require to have ADB and fast boot drivers installed on your computer if you are using a Windows machine. How do you do that? Video for that can be found in the description of this video. If you have Mac OS or Linux, luckily you won't have to install any drivers. It is just plug and play. But before we move on to the computer, you will have to enable developer options on your Pixel 7 or the Pixel 7 Pro. Now, how do you do that? For that, you will again go into settings. Then you will go into about phone. Once you are in about phone, you will scroll down to the bottom. You will see something called build number. You need to tap on this 7 times, and then it will ask you to enter your pin in case you have a pin setup. If you do not have a pin setup, then it will enable developer options for you. In my case, I have a pin setup. Now, once you've entered the pin, all you need to do is tap on this arrow and you will get a toast notification that you are now a developer. That means you have enabled developer options. Next thing we need to do is go into this developer options menu. So for that, you will go into settings, system, scroll down, you will have something called developer options. Go inside developer options and here and enable this toggle of USB debugging, and if it asks you again allow USB debugging, select OK over here. And the next thing we are going to do is we are going to connect our Pixel 7 or the Pixel 7 Pro to the computer using a USB cable. And as you can see, we did get a toast notification that USB debugging is enabled. Now, once we are on the computer, first thing you need to do is download the latest ADB and fastboot, which can be found at the official developer.android.com website. Herein you have three different options for Mac, for Linux, or for Windows. The link to this page is in the description of the video, and download the version for your specific operating system. Now, this will be a zip file. So here it is. This is the latest version for Windows. The next thing we need to do is we need to unzip this file. So you can use whatever utility you want. I am using WinRAR. So I'm going to double click on this and then I'm going to say extract to, and then just select OK over here. So this is going to extract the contents. Now, if I go inside this newly created folder, I have platform tools. Go inside this one more time. So herein I have my ADB and I also have my fastboot. The next thing we need to do is we need to open a command prompt. Mac and Linux users will have to open terminal in this specific folder or this specific path. For Windows, it is pretty easy. You tap on the address bar, make sure everything is highlighted and selected. Then you type in CMD and then press the enter key, and this is going to open the command prompt. Now do note at this point our phone is connected to the computer. So the first command we're going to execute is to check whether our device is being detected and whether the drivers are installed or not. So the command for that is adb space devices, and Mac and Linux users will need to enter dot slash before the command, and then we are going to press the enter key. Now an important thing to note over here is that you will notice that right now it says device is unauthorized, and you should get a notification on your phone to allow USB debugging. So all you need to do is select allow always from this computer and then select allow. Once that is done, if you execute adb devices one more time and then press the enter key, you will see that it has changed from unauthorized to device. Next thing we need to do is we need to execute a few commands, and to make my life easier I have these commands in a text file, and of course the link to the text file is in the description of this video as well in case you want to download it. Now the first command is to get the long press timeout. So this will tell us what is our default value. So I selected all of it and then I pressed Ctrl C on my keyboard to copy it. You can always right click and select copy over here as well, and then we can go back to our command prompt, and herein we can do a Ctrl V and then press the enter key. So as you can see, the current value is set as 400. Now in your case this value might be different based on what timeout you have chosen in the accessibility settings. For short it is 400. Now the fix is to change this value to 401. So we will go back to our notepad, and this is our second command. Again, highlight everything and then copy it using Ctrl C, and the next thing is go back to your command prompt and then we can do a Ctrl V and press the enter key. If no error is returned, that means the value was set without any issues, and of course you can check this by executing the get command one more time. So I will press the up arrow on my keyboard twice, and here is the command to get the long press timeout, and if I press the enter key now, you will notice that this is now 401, and that is it. Once this is done, you can disconnect your phone from the computer and try using your Pixel 7 or the Pixel 7 Pro to see if it fixes the jitteriness, the scrolling lag on your Pixel 7 or the Pixel 7 Pro. And yes, this value will persist between reboots. So even if you reboot your device, you will still have 401. Now, in case you do not like this or you have some unknown issues, some problems with this value of 401, you can again connect it back to your computer, your Pixel 7 or the Pixel 7 Pro, and then for our put command, instead of 401 you can put in whatever value you want. So let us say I want to put in back 400. I do that, press the enter key, and now if I execute the get command one more time, I am back to 400. And hopefully this video will help you fix the scrolling lag and the jittery experience on the Pixel 7 and the Pixel 7 Pro. And if this does not help you, then my personal advice to you is to return the device to Google.